Have you ever noticed a persistent odor down there that just won't go away, no matter how much you focus on hygiene? You're not alone, and it might not be your fault at all. In this video, we're diving into 5 surprising clothing habits that could be causing this issue, especially for older women, and what you can do instead to feel fresh, comfortable, and confident. Stick around until the end because these simple changes could transform your daily comfort and boost your confidence like never before. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Wearing tight synthetic underwear. Let's start with the foundation of our daily wardrobe, underwear. It's the first thing we put on in the morning and the last thing we take off at night. Yet how often do we think about what it's doing to our bodies? For many of us, underwear is about more than just function. It's about feeling put together, confident, or even a little glamorous. Maybe you love the sleek look of a lacy thong, the shaping power of high-waisted briefs, or the snug, secure feeling of tight panties that hug your curves just right. I get it. For years, I was loyal to my collection of synthetic panties. Nylon, polyester, spandex, you name it, because they made me feel polished and in control. But here's the truth no one tells us when we're younger. Our bodies change as we age, and what worked in our 30s or 40s can start causing problems in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Tight underwear, especially when made from synthetic fabrics, can be a recipe for trouble. These materials, think shiny nylon, stretchy spandex, or slick polyester, are designed to cling to your skin and create a smooth silhouette. But they come with a downside: they don't breathe at all. Why it's a problem? Synthetic fabrics trap heat and moisture against your skin, creating a warm, damp environment that's a 5-star resort for bacteria and yeast. The vaginal area is naturally warm and moist, and it relies on airflow to stay balanced and healthy. When you wrap it in non-breathable materials, you disrupt that balance. Bacteria like Escherichia coli or yeast like Candida albicans can proliferate, leading to not just odor but also irritation, itching, or even infections like bacterial vaginosis or yeast infections. Studies show that women who wear synthetic underwear are more prone to these issues, especially if the underwear is tight, as it increases friction and further traps moisture. And let's talk about odor specifically. That not-so-fresh smell you might notice? It's often the result of bacteria breaking down sweat, natural vaginal secretions, or dead skin cells in an environment where they can thrive unchecked. The tighter the underwear, the worse it gets, because there's no room for air to circulate and dry things out. Add in menopause-related changes, like thinner vaginal tissues or shifts in pH, and the problem can escalate. A real-life example. I had a friend, Margaret, who went through this exact struggle. She was in her late 60s, vibrant and stylish, but privately battling embarrassment over a persistent odor she couldn't shake. She thought it was her diet, her hygiene, or maybe even a medical issue she was too shy to discuss. She started using harsh soaps and douches, which only irritated her sensitive skin and made things worse. Finally, at a coffee chat, she opened up to me, and I asked about her underwear. Turns out, she'd been wearing the same synthetic, shapewear-style panties for years because they gave her a slimmer look under her dresses. Fashion was making her miserable. On my advice, Margaret switched to 100% cotton underwear, loose-fitting, breathable, and unbleached. Within a week, the odor was gone. Her irritation calmed down, and she felt like herself again. She even laughed about how she'd been suffering for vanity all that time. That's the power of a small change. What to do instead? If you want to stay fresh and comfortable, it's time to rethink your underwear drawer. Here's my rule now: if it doesn't breathe, I don't wear it. Cotton is king because it's soft, absorbent, and allows air to circulate, keeping your skin dry and balanced. Look for 100% cotton or bamboo underwear. Bamboo is another natural, breathable option with antimicrobial properties. Avoid blends with synthetic fibers, as even a small percentage of spandex can reduce breathability. Opt for looser styles, like classic briefs or boxer-style underwear, that don't cling too tightly. If you love a bit of style, there are plenty of cotton panties with pretty details like embroidery or soft elastic that don't sacrifice comfort. And here's a pro tip: check the crotch. It should be cotton, too, not a synthetic liner that traps moisture. Other tips. Wash underwear in hypoallergenic, fragrance-free detergent to avoid irritation. Change daily, or more if you're active, to keep things fresh. Sleep without underwear if you can. It gives your body a chance to breathe overnight. Avoid thongs if you're prone to infections, as they can transfer bacteria from the back to the front. Life's too short for itchy lace, swampy spandex, or constant worry about odor. Comfort is the new sexy, and trust me, you'll feel liberated when you make the switch. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 2. Wearing the same pajamas for days. Oh, this one's going to hit home for a lot of us. Raise your hand if you have a favorite pair of pajamas, the ones that are so soft, so perfectly broken in, maybe even a little faded, that you can't imagine sleeping in anything else. They're like a warm hug at the end of a long day. You slip them on after dinner, lounge on the couch, sleep in them, and then, well, maybe you wear them the next night, too. And the night after that. No judgment here, we've all done it. But here's the hard truth. Wearing the same pajamas night after night without washing them can turn your cozy sleepwear into a breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria. Even if you're not someone who sweats heavily, your body is constantly producing moisture, natural oils, and dead skin cells while you sleep. These get absorbed into your pajamas, especially in the pelvic area, which is warm, covered, and prone to trapping bacteria. Over time, this can lead to a musty, stubborn odor that lingers even after you shower. Why it's a problem. When you sleep, your body is in a state of repair and renewal, but it's also shedding skin cells and producing sweat and vaginal secretions, even if you don't feel sweaty. Pajamas, especially bottoms, are in close contact with your skin for hours, and if you're wearing them multiple nights in a row, those fabrics become a petri dish for bacteria like Staphylococcus or Corynebacterium. These microbes thrive in warm, moist environments and can produce compounds that cause unpleasant smells. If you're menopausal, hormonal changes can make your skin and vaginal microbiome more sensitive, amplifying the issue. Plus, pajamas often aren't as breathable as we think. Many are made from synthetic blends or treated with chemicals that reduce airflow. Even cotton pajamas can lose their breathability if they're old, pilled, or washed with fabric softeners that coat the fibers. The result? A cycle of odor that's hard to break unless you change your habits. My wake-up call. I'll confess, I used to be guilty of this. Years ago, I had a pair of flannel pajama pants that were my absolute favorite. They were soft, cozy, and just the right weight for year-round wear. I'd wear them for 3, 4, sometimes 5 nights in a row, thinking, they don't smell bad, so what's the harm? I wasn't sweating buckets, and I showered daily, so I figured I was in the clear. Then I started noticing a faint, musty odor that seemed to follow me, no matter how much I washed. I tried everything, fancy soaps, stronger deodorants, even cutting out garlic from my diet. Nothing worked. Finally, a nurse friend pointed out that my pajamas might be the culprit. I was skeptical, but I decided to try rotating my sleepwear. I bought 2 more pairs of cotton pajama pants and started changing them every night or 2, washing them in hot water with a mild detergent. Within days, the odor was gone. I felt fresher, more feminine, and honestly, more cared for. It was such a simple fix, but it made a world of difference. What to do instead? The key to keeping things fresh is rotation and hygiene. Here's how to break the cycle. Rotate your pajamas. Aim to have at least 3 pairs of pajama bottoms so you can switch them out every night or 2. This gives each pair time to air out and be washed. Choose breathable fabrics. Stick to 100% cotton or bamboo pajamas, which wick moisture and allow airflow. Avoid synthetic blends or flannel that's too heavy. Wash after 1 or 2 wears. Even if they don't look or smell dirty, bacteria can build up. Use a fragrance-free detergent and skip fabric softeners, which can trap odors. Shower before bed. This reduces the amount of oils and bacteria you transfer to your pajamas. Air out your sleepwear. If you're not washing them daily, hang them in a well-ventilated area during the day to dry out any residual moisture. This small habit change doesn't just keep odors at bay, it's a way to treat yourself with the care you deserve. Something is empowering about slipping into fresh, clean pajamas every night. It's like a little gift to yourself, and at our age, we've earned it. 3. Wearing panty liners all day, every day. This one's a sensitive topic, and I'm approaching it with all the love and understanding in the world. For many women, panty liners are a daily essential. Maybe you deal with light bladder leaks, occasional discharge, or just like the feeling of an extra layer of protection. We've been taught that liners equal cleanliness, and in some cases, they do provide peace of mind. But here's what most of us don't realize. Wearing panty liners all day, every day, especially the disposable kind, can cause more problems than it solves, including stubborn odors. Why it's a problem? Most disposable panty liners are designed with convenience in mind, not skin health. They typically have a plastic backing to prevent leaks, a core of bleached wood pulp or synthetic fibers, and sometimes added fragrances to keep you fresh. The problem: these materials create a sealed, non-breathable environment that traps heat and moisture against your skin. It's like wrapping your vaginal area in plastic wrap for hours at a time. Your skin needs to breathe, especially in such a sensitive area. When it's constantly covered, moisture builds up, creating a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. This can lead to irritation, itching, and yes, odor, sometimes strong, embarrassing, and persistent. Research shows that prolonged use of non-breathable liners can disrupt the vaginal microbiome, increasing the risk of infections like bacterial vaginosis, which is often accompanied by a fishy odor. There's also the issue of materials. Many liners are bleached with chlorine, leaving behind trace chemicals like dioxins that can irritate sensitive skin. Fragrances, while marketed as fresh, are a common cause of allergic reactions and can disrupt the natural pH of the vagina, making odor worse. And if you're wearing liners to manage bladder leaks, the constant moisture from urine can exacerbate the problem, as it's a magnet for bacteria. A vivid analogy. Think about wearing a plastic glove on your hand for an entire day. Even if you're not sweating, your skin gets clammy, right? When you peel off the glove, it doesn't exactly smell like roses. Now imagine doing that to one of the most delicate, sensitive parts of your body, every single day. That's what non-breathable panty liners do. They might feel like protection, but they're often creating the very problem you're trying to prevent. A friend's story. I know a woman, Linda, who relied on panty liners for years because of occasional stress incontinence. She thought they were keeping her clean and confident, but she started noticing a strong odor that made her self-conscious. She changed liners multiple times a day, used scented versions, and even doubled up on deodorants, but nothing helped. When she mentioned it to her gynecologist, the doctor asked about her liner habit. Linda was shocked to learn that the liners were the problem. She switched to breathable, organic cotton liners and started pelvic floor exercises to address the leaks. Within weeks, the odor was gone, and she felt like a weight had been lifted. What to do instead? If you need liners, there are ways to use them wisely and protect your skin. Choose breathable materials. Look for liners made from 100% organic cotton or bamboo, with no plastic backing. Brands like NatureCare or 7th Generation are good options. These allow airflow and reduce moisture buildup. Avoid fragrances and chemicals. Unscented, unbleached liners are gentler on your skin and less likely to cause irritation or disrupt your vaginal pH. Change frequently. Swap out liners every 3 to 4 hours, or more often if they're wet, to prevent bacteria from building up. Try reusable cloth liners. Washable liners made from organic cotton or hemp are eco-friendly, cost-effective, and much kinder to your skin. They're soft, breathable, and easy to wash. Give your skin a break. If possible, go liner-free for part of the day, like at night, to let your skin breathe. Address the root cause. If you're using liners for bladder leaks or heavy discharge, talk to your doctor. Pelvic floor exercises, like Kegels, dietary changes, like reducing caffeine, or medical treatments, like vaginal estrogen for postmenopausal women, can reduce the need for liners. A urogynecologist or pelvic health specialist can offer tailored solutions. You deserve to feel comfortable and dignified, and that starts with treating your body with care. If liners are part of your routine, make choices that support your health, not sabotage it. And don't be afraid to have an open conversation with your doctor. There's no shame in seeking solutions that make you feel your best. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 4. Wearing shapewear for long hours. Let's talk shapewear, those magical garments like Spanx, control briefs, tummy smoothers, or high-waisted shapers that promise to sculpt our figures into smooth, confident silhouettes. Whether you call them your secret weapon or just the suck-it-in shorts, most of us have a pair stashed in the drawer for special occasions. Some of you might even wear them daily, slipping them on before heading to work, church, or a family gathering. And I get it. Something is empowering about feeling snatched, tucked, and ready to strut your stuff in that form-fitting dress or tailored slacks. I'll never forget the day I wore shapewear to my granddaughter's wedding. I chose a sleek, champagne-colored gown, and those high-waisted control shorts made me feel like the Queen of England. Elegant, poised, and a good decade younger. I danced, laughed, and posed for photos, feeling like I was floating. But by the time the reception rolled into its 5th hour, my fairy tale started to unravel. Those shorts, which had felt like a hug at first, were now squeezing me like a boa constrictor. My skin felt clammy, and when I finally peeled them off in the hotel room, I caught a whiff of something that was not royal. Here's the science behind it, straight from my chats with my gynecologist. Shapewear, especially the tight, full coverage kind, compresses your pelvic area and traps moisture against your skin. Your vulva and vaginal area need air circulation to stay healthy, but shapewear, particularly when paired with non-breathable fabrics like polyester dresses or in hot, humid weather, creates a warm, damp environment. This is a breeding ground for bacteria and yeast, which can lead to irritation, yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, and, yes, a strong, unpleasant odor. For older women like me, whose skin is thinner and more sensitive due to menopause-related hormonal shifts, the risks are even higher. Our natural vaginal pH becomes less acidic with age, making us more prone to imbalances that cause odor or infections. I learned this lesson the hard way during a long church day a few years back. It was one of those marathon Sundays, morning service, a potluck lunch, and an afternoon women's ministry meeting. I wore my favorite tummy control shorts under a linen skirt, thinking I'd look polished for all 7 hours. By the time I got home, I was walking like I'd spent the day riding a horse. My skin was red and irritated, and there was a distinct, sour smell that made me cringe. It took 2 days of airing out, loose cotton underwear, and a probiotic cream recommended by my doctor to feel normal again. Not my finest hour. So, what's the fix? Here's my shapewear survival guide, honed over years of trial and error. Make shapewear a special occasion choice. Reserve shapewear for events where you want that extra polish, like weddings, reunions, or holiday parties. It's not your everyday uniform. Your body will thank you for giving it room to breathe on regular days. Set a time limit. Aim for no more than 4 hours in shapewear at a stretch. If you're at a long event, consider slipping into the restroom to remove it halfway through or bring a looser outfit for later. I now pack a flowy maxi dress in my bag for post-event relief. Choose breathable materials. Look for shapewear with cotton or moisture-wicking panels in the crotch area. Avoid full-coverage styles that feel like plastic wrap. Brands like Schemes or Maidenform have options designed with ventilation in mind. Prioritize post-shapewear care. As soon as you're home, ditch the shapewear before you even kick off your shoes. Wash the area gently with a mild, fragrance-free soap, I like Dove or Cetaphil. Pat dry, and slip into loose cotton underwear. If you're prone to irritation, a thin layer of barrier cream like Aquaphor can soothe sensitive skin. Check your wardrobe. Pair shapewear with breathable fabrics like cotton or linen dresses rather than synthetic materials that trap heat. And if it's a hot day, skip the shapewear altogether. No one's inspecting your waistline, and your comfort is worth more than a stranger's opinion. Most importantly, remember that your confidence doesn't come from a pair of control briefs. It comes from how you carry yourself. If shapewear makes you feel like $1,000,000, use it wisely, but don't let it hold your body hostage. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Wearing damp workout clothes or swimsuits for too long. Now, let's move on to another sneaky culprit, sitting around in damp workout clothes or swimsuits. This one often catches us off guard because it starts with the best intentions. Maybe you're squeezing in a morning walk around the neighborhood, hitting a Zumba class at the community center, or joining your friends for water aerobics at the retirement village pool. You're feeling energized, proud of staying active, and maybe you decide to linger for a chat or a cup of tea afterward, still in your sweaty leggings or wet swimsuit. It feels harmless. After all, you're just relaxing, right? Wrong. Doctors have been sounding the alarm on this one for years, and I've got the scars, or rather, the itches, to prove it. Lingering in damp clothes, especially those tight, clingy ones that hug your pelvic area, is like rolling out the red carpet for bacteria and yeast. The warm, moist environment created by wet fabric is a perfect storm for irritation, odor, and infections like yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis. And let me tell you, at 75, dealing with a funky smell or a trip to the doctor for an infection is not on my bingo card. My wake-up call came during my water aerobics days. I loved those classes. The splashy music, the camaraderie, the feeling of being weightless in the pool. After class, a few of us would sit on the poolside benches, drape towels over our laps, and sip coffee while catching up. I'd stay in my swimsuit, thinking the towel was enough to keep things under control. But after a few sessions, I started noticing a fishy odor later in the day, followed by itching that made me want to sprint to the shower. At first, I blamed the pool's chlorine or maybe a bad batch of soap. But when it happened again, I realized the problem was me sitting in that wet swimsuit for nearly an hour, letting my skin stew. The same goes for workout clothes, especially those moisture-wicking leggings that sound so high-tech. Don't get me wrong, they love their fancy fabrics, but they're not magic. If you don't change out of them within 20 to 30 minutes after sweating, you're essentially steaming your undercarriage. I made this mistake once after a power walking session with my neighbor. We finished our loop, sat on her porch for lemonade, and I didn't think twice about staying in my damp leggings. By evening, I was dealing with a smell that could have cleared a room and a rash that had me reaching for the hydrocortisone cream. Here's how I keep this problem at bay now, with a routine that's become second nature. Change immediately after activity. Whether it's a swim, a workout, or even a sweaty gardening session, I make it a rule to change out of damp clothes within 15 minutes. No exceptions. If I'm at the pool or gym, I head to the locker room right after class, even if it means cutting my coffee chat short. Pack a post-activity kit. I keep a small bag in my car with a clean pair of cotton underwear, a soft cotton dress or loose pants, and a pack of fragrance-free baby wipes for a quick refresh if I can't shower right away. It's a game changer for long days out. Shower smart. Once I'm home, I rinse off with lukewarm water and a gentle pH balance cleanser. Vagisil's unscented wash is my go-to. Hot water can dry out sensitive skin, so I keep it mild. I also make sure to pat the area dry thoroughly. Moisture is the enemy here. Choose the right gear. For workouts, I opt for looser-fitting shorts or leggings with a cotton-lined crotch. For swimming, I pick swimsuits with quick-drying fabrics and avoid styles that are too tight. And I always check that my gear is clean before wearing it. Damp clothes sitting in a gym bag are a no-go. Air it out. After changing, I give my skin some breathing room. At home, I'll wear a loose cotton nightgown or robe for an hour or so to let things air out naturally. It's not glamorous, but it works. One last tip. If you're prone to infections or notice recurring odor, talk to your doctor about a daily probiotic supplement or a topical probiotic cream. They can help balance your vaginal flora, especially as we age and our bodies produce less natural lubrication and beneficial bacteria. And if you do end up with irritation or a smell that won't quit, don't be shy. See your gynecologist. There's no shame in taking care of your body, and trust me, they've heard it all. Alright, ladies, we've covered a lot today, from ditching tight synthetic underwear to changing out of damp workout clothes pronto. I hope you're feeling empowered to make some simple changes for your health and comfort. So, tell me, what's one thing you've learned from this video that you're ready to put into practice? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more real talk like this. Until next time, take care of you all.